Hey guys, so you should be working on your circles of thinking. I just want to go over the directions again in case you need them. We've read several pieces that deal with justice in several different ways. We have The Call Us Enemy, the graphic novel excerpt from George Takei about the Japanese internment camps. We had Trifles, the play in which you had the women who covered up the murder of Mr. Wright in order to protect Mrs. Wright, otherwise known as Mindy Foster, I think. You had What the Orphan Inherits, which is the poem that we just recently went over, that deals with justice and what's happened to the Native American culture. The fourth piece for you to choose from is up to you. Look up current events that have to do with justice or injustice. It's your choice, but it needs to be current, published within the last 6 months or so. You're going to insert or paste the link into your document. You do that by going to the URL address, highlighting it, and then hitting the CTRL button and C. And then you click on it right there, and then you're going to hit that CTRL button again and V to link it there. Then you're going to fill in the levels of thinking. When you do that, you're not going to have to add in text boxes. I already did that and I already labeled them. So let's go ahead and look at that. The directions are on the second page too for that. So for here is What the Orphan Inherits, which is a poem we recently went over. So all of it has to do with justice or injustice, so we put that in there. And level 2 says explain what the story has to do with justice. So in What the Orphan Inherits, what has happened with the Native American culture or the indigenous people's culture that would be considered unjust. And you would type that there. And then 3, how is justice served or not served? Meaning, has it ever been resolved? Why or why not? Um, as with, in one of the pieces, it was, and it depending on your article. So you'll tell me that. Level 4 is what lesson does it teach us about justice? So what are we supposed to learn about justice from this case here, only on this piece? So this is all about what the orphan inherits. Then you go to the excerpt They Call Us Enemy, and you would answer those same questions right here. And in the play, the trifles right here. And you make a connection right here with your article. I know it says to something in real life or something you have read. I want you to use the article that I provided for, or that you picked out yourself, that has to do with justice. Okay? In case you need access to those pieces, if you go back to this front slide, these are hyperlinks. See how my pointer changes? So that will take you straight to that piece so that you can reread it in case it's kind of, it's been a while. So it's really good. If you need to zoom in on these pieces, you just click on the picture and it opens up to a bigger picture of that page. Okay, guys? Um, the same thing for trifles and for What the Orphan Inherits. Make sure you've done the casework for What the Orphan Inherits. If you go to Friday's assignments, there are videos there to help you with that. Let me know if I can do anything to help. And I'm here. Just email me or message me in the Google Classroom.